31 March 1942, Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean is no East Indies, as Japanese Navy is finding the hard way. The bombardment of Ceylon cost them a Congo battleship and a scout plane carrier. Then earlier today, Albacore from HMS Indomitable attacked another IJN task force and sunk yet another Congo. Will these losses make them reconsider, or will they become yet more set on this pointless raid? Hello and welcome to Indian Ocean, just east of Port Blair, where our Task Force B is sub hunting. Indeed, we found the sub. And as you can see, she is very brave sub. She's barely, she's in periscope depth, literally. And I'm running her down with my destroyer. I'm not running on her immediately, because you know it's one of those things where you don't really want to run right away into her and ram her and cause damage to yourself necessarily. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run just next to her and drop some depth charges, and we'll see how that goes. At the very last moment, she decided that staying on the surface is really not a good idea, so she's going down a bit, but that's just better for us, because that means that I can come over her and depth charge her. And my depth charges are off. A bit too, I think. A bit too early. But we'll drop another charge. This one was a good one. Yeah, you can see them coming down right on the top of her, just both port and starboard. That's gonna be a death sentence if I ever, you know, this port charge that would have blown her apart. In reality, it was below her. That's just, yeah, she's dead. So we will just, yeah, she didn't even get time to emergency blow. That was like the second was excellent. Anyways, let me get out of here and continue our campaign. Sunk, no command points. Well, tough luck. A rover here is nearby of getting released. Task Force A with Indomitable is coming in so that she can get replenished. I think Enterprise could use some more shells as well. To be honest, the rest of it's not that great, not that needed. Task Force 10 is coming. The goal is to go to Bombay and pick some engineering so that we can actually refuel and everything at Colombo, not just in Bombay or here, Adu Atoll. Yeah, so these two things are there. That's why this thing here is bringing fuel to Ceylon and Colombo more specifically. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, there is still this bug where planes are left in limbo. I don't know what's causing that. Yeah, anyways, we will see. I was actually thinking I'm going to send 019 to Bay of Bengal, because that's where the large task force is, and we do want to sink something. Ideally a carrier, of course, but we'll see. And our Task Force B has another enemy here. I think these are destroyer escorts. Don't recognize them, but I do this. This is another Sendai. So we are going to sink this. The rest is, yeah, not that important. Mind you, we are running really low on ammunition. Yeah, Emerald, for example, has only about 138, and that's for both of these guns. Yeah, Devonshire, I think, is slightly better. She will probably have to do all the heavy lifting. Decoy, I think, should be okay with high explosives. She can sort of help dealing with these small ones. Anyways, let me just speed the time. because I'm not going to engage at 35,000 yards. And we are getting our guns into action. We are 16,000 yards away, and I deem that a reasonable distance for us to engage. You can see they are already engaging us. So everyone's going to be shooting with spotting narrow, and you can see you could see the muzzle flashes here just on the horizon. It's obviously going to take a wee bit for our shells to arrive to see how well they do. I think we've got about 60. What's okay-ish, I guess. We've got about 60% solution, which is not great, but it's acceptable. I just want to double check that Emerald's firing. To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed with these things, but we don't have anything better, so we will use what we have to use. I'll have to wait till we get Leanders, because Leanders are so much better than these things. I was close, although the flash you had seen would have been from the gun, not from us hitting. It appears that only one of their guns is engaging currently, which is okay by me. We are 13,000 yards, so that's not a huge distance. So yeah, let me just move my spotting walrus a bit closer. So far, I haven't scored any hits. We haven't scored any hits, I think, either. Well, that has just changed. We have just scored a hit, but I think it was probably a light cruiser or, well, the heavy cruiser doesn't have any secondaries. We will have to call Task Force B back, unfortunately, after this engagement, because they are running really low ammunition, especially Emerald. Devonshire could probably do another battle or so, but Emerald, no, definitely can't. This was a good chunk. It sounded more like a proper. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a cost. What we want to sing here is Sendai again. I will sing the small ones, the baby ones, because they just count to the total, where I will get more of everything. So if I can sing it, I will. But Sendai is really the main prize here. As usual, nothing has changed. Unfortunately, that means that Port Blair will have to cope on its own for a while, but we have reinforced it a bit. It should be able to deal with it. If not, well, it's tough luck. Then we will have to retire west and defend India, where we will be at least a bit closer to range of our planes, which will be especially good around spotting. I'm not sure. Might release Emerald, and I'll have to check. It depends on what we could replace it with. I have released Active and Rover especially to get the repairs in place. It's yeah. It's 16 days, I think, so slightly over 2 weeks for them to get repaired, which is quite a bit given that we are on day 4 or something like that. We are now pretty close, which is good, because that means they are still shooting just with one gun. I don't know, seems like something where Sendai has a problem shooting. Because if you remember our previous engagement with Sendai, again, it was just one gun shooting, and then even whatever we've done, there wasn't any engagement with the other armaments, so I don't know what's happening there. He's getting a serious list now. I've changed Emerald from Sendai to one of the smaller ones, because Devonshire has 99% solution on her. We are going to slow down as well, so we can leisurely cross the AT. W1 class destroyer. Okay, so this is what it is, W1 class destroyer, and our Emerald is going to attack that, hopefully sink. And okay, I will change my destroyer as well to shoot at them, and you can see the fires on the Sendai, and it's like a surprise given that Devonshire is paying her full attention and undivided. She is dead in the water, she is... Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shoot some torpedoes at her with Emerald. As I said, we are manually small spread. As I say, we have to reload anyway, so why not shoot the torpedoes? Let's get the fish in the water. I might save some ammunition from the big boy. Mind you, by the time torpedoes get there, she might be down by the time that the torpedoes get here, because she is looking very, very doesn't look like this destroyer got damage. Does she have... I can't see that she would have torpedo tubes, which is good, because that means that basically she can't do anything to us, anything reasonable. She just has depth charges, but since we don't have a sub here, who cares? So I have redirected Devonshire to start shooting at one of these guys as well, because I think the Sendai will take care of itself. Either 2 torpedoes or just by the sheer amount of damage she has suffered so far. So I'm quite happy to go and start engaging these guys. Well, it appears that Decoy has been hit quite a few times actually. So we will need to fix it. I think the Sendai is probably taking its ire on the only ship that it can, which is a poor decoy. I'm going to lay smoke here. Yeah, she is probably somehow better up than these W1 types, but not massively. I don't think. Well, that might have caused some damage, and indeed it did. So we will see how we will go with that. But I'm not putting a huge amount of. We do not have light cruisers, so you need light cruisers to deal with stuff like this, or to be very, very close, or to be very, very lucky. We might have got now 2 good hits. Definitely not laying smoke, she's sort of been hit. Decoy got hit as well. She's starting to get some fires, so I have yeah, fix her. I'm going to break her and hide her. Well, maybe not, because it's fire. You know, so but this guy looks dead-ish. Let us shoot at the other one. In meanwhile, Sendai's been suffering more explosions. I think she's still shooting, but honestly, I'm not too fussed. I would rather kill these than sink Sendai quickly, because I would want this. Yeah, these can run away. Sendai won't. Okay, this has turned into a submarine. That was a quick one. I didn't even hear any sound indicating that she sunk. She just went down. Capsized nicely, and down she goes. That was very quick. So, just as well I have switched on this guy. And here we've got a bunch of torpedoes coming towards Sendai. It's, yeah, we will see. It's going to be curious. If any of them hit, she will sink, but she is, it's unlikely, I would say, that any of them hit. In meanwhile, it appears we have scored some hits on this one. They're very fragile. They're almost as fragile as our destroyers are. But let's watch what the torpedoes can do here. I can hear them, hopefully you can as well. So let's watch how they come in, and what shall we get, if anything. And here comes a torpedo, and I think all of them will miss. Just about. Lucky Sendai. Yeah. Exactly. No! A midship. Oh well, unlucky Sendai then. Yeah, and she is going down, as I said, like if she would get a single torpedo, she would be dead, and indeed she is dead. Which just leaves this poor thing here, because the other one is running, making this most sensible thing that he did before. She is running. You can see here, it's not like she will get anywhere close. And she actually has torpedoes. She is the most modern of those ones that we have seen. So, tough luck. Yeah. Emerald, how are you doing for ammunition? Almost. Oh, still got something. Devonshire still has something. I might leave it just a wee bit longer here, we will see. I've let our destroyer deal with this destroyer because our destroyer has lots of ammunition and she is not that useful for anything else. Well, she obviously has torpedoes that can be useful, but unless I think I might have fired it, so she might not have torpedoes anymore. But it's yeah, for dealing with this, I think she should be okay. And we finally caused some progress fires. We will get even closer and yeah, sink her. And of course you can see how the big boys here are just watching and probably commenting on the accuracy or inaccuracy of Decoy's gunnery. They might want to sort of give them not an advice, but you know, like sort of friendly hassling, or not so friendly from the whoever is in charge of this task force. The Afghans don't seem to be served as well as the Persians. In fact, they don't seem to be shooting at all. And the destroyer is sinking as well. We've done our job of protecting Port Blair once again. They would have to send something bigger than just light cruiser forces, though, so we can deal with battleship. We have to run from heavy cruiser. Well, if it was just a heavy cruiser and a couple of destroyers, then maybe, but anything else we would have to run from as well. Anyways, let's leave. So one has run away, 1W1 and 1W13 sunk, and the Sendai, and we have gained another command point, which is very good. I will leave the force here still, because it's marginal in terms of how much ammunition we have. Like, I think one small convoy like this we could deal with. Anything bigger, no. Anyways, let us continue. Well, they haven't got tired of sending light cruisers here. The problem is that they have two now. Don't mind these guys, although they do have torpedoes, but they've sent two what looks like Nagara class cruisers here, and I'm not sure whether we can deal with two. We'll see. Because, not that we would be sort of somehow specifically crippled, but we basically do not have ammunition. Decoy has been badly hit already, and we shall send it away straight away because, yeah, she is. She wouldn't survive very long here with light cruisers. I think we have hit Nagara already as well. We have to watch because the torpedoes. Yeah, it's really bad. The rudder is skimmed. We might lose Decoy, but Nagara is suffering here as well very quickly. Now I sort of am sorry that I have used up those torpedoes, because this would have been very good. He is in a bad state. I think we are going to lose her. But we are we are beating up this Nagara, we are beating up this Nagara. We need to fix less, because without that, she is doomed. She is likely doomed anyways, because she has run now out of protection of the big boys. Let me just do this. This Nagara, second one, appears to be very, very rough, which is very good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shield Decoy with Emerald, but I'm not sure whether we will manage it, because yeah, you can see there she is going to go down. We never expected this to be without any losses. If we sink all of this with Emerald and Demon Shear, I'm still happy. Decoy, I'm afraid you are doomed. Brave but doomed. Yeah, you can see here that she gets a few more hits and she is going to go down. She has 0 speed. That destroyer is a dead destroyer. We are not fixing any floodings, and that's yeah, that's basically that sentence. Well, it could have been, yeah. The worst thing is that once they sink us as a decoy, then they will concentrate on probably the light cruiser, and that means most likely torpedoes. Yeah, unfortunately. These Nagaras are in a pretty bad state. I'm going to switch to destroyers already. Yeah, Decoys suffering. Decoys suffering. More props. Yeah, and Decoy is sinking. Goodbye, brave ship. It's a pity, but does happen. And as I said, they would switch immediately, and they switch to Emerald. So we will have to watch for it. I'm going to put Emerald sort of behind and see how it works. But she also wants that Fubuki magazine explosion. Good! Excellent, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Exploding magazines on Fubukis. Me like. That puts probably torpedoes, although she still will have their rear turrets, aft turrets, but Kamikaze sinking. That was very fast. From maybe if I did target originally the destroyers first and sunk them quickly, maybe I would have saved Decoy, but yeah, can't really do much about it now. The only thing we can do is revenge. And we will take our revenge, don't worry. This something is sinking. I think it will be Kamikaze. Maybe not. It is actually this Nagara that's sinking. Anyways, I will close with the sacrifice of Decoy. This episode. And hopefully we will get more revenge in the next episode, although I'm pretty sure that here we will get it as well. Let me just check Emerald. They will have to go home now, there is no question on that. It's just an absolute must. Fortunately we have flooded magazines, so the front, not that it matters. It's the one magazine that we can afford to have flooded. This Nagara is sinking as well, and that leaves only Fubuki. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna last long versus our heavy and light cruisers. Mind you, at least we've kept the battlefield, so we should be able to save all of the survivors from Decoy that we can. And yeah, this is gonna be Fubuki's last stand, and I don't think it's going to last for that long. As you can see, she is already in a bad shape. and once the Demagogue turns her guns on it, it's gonna be even less presentable. And the last Fubuki, well, not the last Fubuki, but the Fubuki, the last Fubuki of this task force is sinking. Let's get it here. This looks... Nagaras. So, this is going to be a bit of a graveyard. We have provided great artificial reefs to generations of future wreck divers and everything, because the sea bottom here is pretty barren, so I'm sure that assuming the oil doesn't leak and stuff like that, the fish will appreciate it. I hope you will appreciate this episode as well. If you did, please consider subscribing, liking and commenting, expressing the condolences to dearly departed Decoy. And I will see you with the next video. Thank you and goodbye. And as a very short coda, Emerald magically avoided this spread of torpedoes.